Manny called me a scrapper once. I remember the way he said it, with a sneer, like it was something to be ashamed of. I think he meant it as an insult, but to me it was a badge of honor. It meant I was a fighter, a survivor. But that's what I was. Born in the worst part of this city. A place where dreams came to die. We're talking busted windows, leaky pipes, the whole shebang. The kind of place where hope was a rare commodity. Mom worked double shifts, never complained. Pop? Long gone. He left when I was just a kid. I learned fast. Streets were tough. They taught me more than any school ever could. You either fought or got lost in the shuffle. It was survival of the fittest, and I had to be the fittest. My fists? They became my best friends. They were my ticket to a better life, or at least a safer one. Got me food, got me respect. In a world where respect was everything, my fists were my currency. One day, I saw Frankie the Hammer Moretti, local tough guy. Everyone knew Frankie. He was a legend in our neighborhood. He was leaning against a beat-up car, smoking a cigarette. He looked like he owned the world. I wanted to be like Frankie. He had power. He had respect. He had everything I thought I wanted. But power in this town? It always came with a price that was often paid in blood. I just didn't know how steep that price was yet. But I was about to find out. Small jobs at first. Stuff for Frankie's crew, deliveries, messages. I was just another face in the crowd, blending into the chaos of the city. But every errand, every message was a lesson. I was a nobody, but I was learning. The streets were alive, and I was starting to understand their language. The city was a classroom. Every corner, every alley had a story to tell. And the lessons? They were brutal. I learned loyalty. I learned betrayal. I saw the best and worst of people. Most importantly, I learned how to survive. The streets were unforgiving, but they were also a teacher. Frankie saw something in me. A spark. A potential that others overlooked. A fire. A ruthlessness. He knew I had what it took to rise above the rest. He started giving me more responsibility. Bigger risks. Bigger rewards. One night everything changed. It was a test. A trial by fire. A rival gang. They tried to make a move on Frankie's territory. Big mistake. The fight was chaos. Gunfire, screams. I held my own, proved my worth. It was a turning point. When the dust settled, Frankie was impressed. He saw me in a new light. He clapped me on the shoulder, a grin spreading across his face. It was a moment of recognition, of acceptance. I knew right then my life would never be the same. The streets had become my home, my battleground, and my proving ground. Frankie started calling me his right-hand man. It felt good, powerful, but it also painted a target on my back. The other guys in the crew, they didn't like it. They were jealous. I had to watch my back. Every shadow, every corner. Couldn't trust anyone, except Frankie. He trusted me, and that's all that mattered. I became his enforcer, his problem solver. One by one, the guys who doubted me, they disappeared. Accidents happen, right? Frankie never asked questions. He didn't need to. He knew I was the one who could get things done. The city was changing. I could feel it, and I was the one changing it. Frankie's time came to an end. He was once the most feared man in the city, a legend in his own right. But time catches up with everyone. It happens to us all. No one can escape the inevitable march of time. The city moved on, but it never forgot. He got old, careless, let his guard down. The once sharp and vigilant Frankie became a shadow of his former self. One night, he didn't come back from a meeting. The streets whispered of betrayal, of a power vacuum waiting to be filled. I knew what I had to do. I took control. The city needed a new leader, and I was ready to step up. The other gangs, they saw their chance. They underestimated me. They thought I was just another contender. Big mistake. I was smarter, more ruthless. I consolidated my power, made alliances, eliminated threats. It was a bloodbath. The city streets ran red. But when the smoke cleared, I was the last one standing. The city was mine. Every corner, every alley, every shadow. Everything Frankie built, it was mine now. His empire, his legacy, all under my control. And no one, not even Manny, could call me a scrapper anymore. I had proven myself beyond any doubt. I was the boss, the king, the undisputed ruler of the city, and I wasn't going anywhere. This city was mine, and I intended to keep it that way.